Folks, a lot of big news going on in Razorback country these days. And let's start with a little football. Of course, I love all Razorback sports, but football and basketball and baseball are my three favorites, especially football and basketball. Uh, we had two grad transfers yesterday. Lucas Coley and Mateo Soli both lead the program. That's not good news there. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it is. I'm not going to tell you that it doesn't affect depth, because it does. I mean, the quarterback room now is really thin. It's really thin, and we have got to get the numbers up there. And I'm thinking the Hogs may take two quarterbacks in this recruiting class. I could be wrong. But, I mean, as thin as this quarterback room is now, with only two scholarship quarterbacks with Coley gone, we have got to do something at the quarterback position in recruiting this year, and we're in on a lot of good ones. Then you go to Mateo Soli. That's Junior Soli's son. Folks, I'm old enough to remember when Junior played. So that's a legacy. You hate to lose any legacy, no doubt. But I mean, he didn't ever start here. He didn't really play a lot, so I can understand the kid, leaving. But I sure wish he had stayed. And sometimes just staying and fighting it out works out. But you have to respect his decision, and I wish Mateo the very best. But really sad to see him go. And then on to Lucas Coley. Like I said, this quarterback room is razor thin. And with Lucas gone. And so we're going to have to, in my opinion, we need to bring in two quarterbacks in this class. I know you got two walk-on quarterbacks, behind KJ and Hornsby. But we got to get some quarterbacks in this quarterback room, because it is razor thin. And one of the things that has concerned me is Hornsby at wide receiver. I know the goal was to try to get him on the field in some way with KJ, but I think Coach Pittman may have come to the conclusion, especially after Coley left here, to just put him back at quarterback and let her rip. He's not going to beat out KJ this year. We all know that. But me personally, I think, and this is just my guess, I think KJ, this is his last year. I think he's that good. His development last year was outstanding. And I only see him getting better this year. So, KJ, and then I think Hornsby is the next man up. And the one thing you want to always have is competition. Hornsby, we need some more quarterbacks in here that will compete with Malik for the job once KJ is gone. So hopefully the recruiting at quarterback will pick up, because we hadn't really signed a quarterback in about since Coley, almost 2 years ago now, going on 2 years ago. So, I think things are really looking up, though, for Razorback football. They're having another scrimmage tomorrow. Be interested to hear some of the things that come out of that, especially along the defensive line, which I've been concerned about for years now. Coach Pittman seemed to think that, he says that Torian Carter has really came on at defensive line, one of our defensive tackles. And Coach Pittman makes it sound like he could be a very good player for us this year. Also says Isaiah Nichols has had a very good spring and is very improved. And he's also been impressed with not only the recruiting of Deke Adams, the new defensive line coach. He's been impressed with Adams, recruiting and being able to get guys on campus, especially defensive linemen. Now, he hadn't got any commitments, I don't think, since he's been here. But if you can get him on campus like Bobby Petrino and like Coach Pittman says, you got a chance to sign him. If you don't get him on there, rarely, every once in a while, you may be able to get a guy, but rarely can you get a guy. So, Razorback football, here's what I see being built. I think Coach Pittman is building a program to compete for SEC championships year in and year out. We all know Arkansas is not going to win the SEC year in and year out, but they can compete and they could win it sometime. And I think with the kind of recruiting look like he's getting done, he and his staff, I think that time may be very soon. And that's the bottom line, folks. You can talk about coaching, and coaching matters, no doubt about it. But you win with the Jimmies and the Joes. You win in recruiting. If you recruit well, you will win. If you don't recruit well, down the road, you're going to be getting fired. That's the bottom line. So I just think Coach Pittman has a program on a trajectory that will, have us in the mix for the SEC championship. I'm not saying this year, although it's very possible. With an experienced quarterback now like KJ coming back, you got guys on defense like Catalan. I mean, this could be a really good year for the Hogs. They could be in contention with Alabama to see who comes out of this SEC West. And I would love it, and I know you Hog fans out there will love it. On the basketball front, we got a problem, folks. And that problem is this is just almost too good to be true, what's going on here. I mean, the problem here is, we're so loaded after these grad transfers, and the recruiting class we got coming in. The recruiting class we got coming in, it's the number 2 recruiting class in the country for high school basketball players. And I went over that in my other video. You guys know the guys that are coming in here, and you know what kind of talents they are. 3 McDonald's All-Americans, 2 Gatorade Players of the Year in their home states, and that's being Darian Ford in Arkansas and Barry Dunning in Alabama, and a terrific shooter in Joseph Pinion from Morton, Arkansas. So that's an outstanding class. And then you go to that transfer portal. A lot has happened since Brazil, the kid from Missouri, committed. Not only do you have him at 6'9", mobile player that can shoot it and handle, then you come and you get the Mitchell twins out of Rhode Island. Kids that are originally signed with Maryland out of high school, transferred to Rhode Island, and now they're coming to Arkansas. I've watched quite a bit of video on them. I've read about them. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know everything about them. But based on what I saw, you've got 2 big athletic kids that can run, rebound, block shots, and seem to have good touches on their shots. And, from what I'm hearing from a lot of people, especially from folks like Aaron Torres, they are very good players that's really going to help Arkansas. Of course, the speculation is that this means Jalen Williams is not coming back. We don't know that. It's Jalen's decision. He needs to make the best decision for him and his family. And I don't think getting those 2 guys necessarily mean he's not coming back. And I don't think getting the kid from Arizona State who we got yesterday, his name is Jalen Graham. I don't think that necessarily means he's not coming back. Now, if you ask me personally, I think it's more likely that he does not come back, but we'll see. Nobody really knows. So, Muss is covering his back. He's doing a fabulous job of building this program and this roster. Now, I've heard a lot of people talking about, well, what about shooting? Muss needs to go out and get some guys who can shoot because this past year's Razorback team couldn't shoot the basketball. No, this past year's team wasn't very good at shooting threes and outside shooting in general. But you have some guys who could be really terrific shooters, in my opinion. I know Nick Smith can shoot. I know Jordan Walsh can shoot. And I hear that Anthony Black can. Although I look at Black as more of a facilitator, he can shoot. So there are some shooters that will be coming back. But that will be coming in, rather. But I just think that, Eric Musselman is taking this program to 2 straight Elite Eights. That means something. That tells me he knows how to build a roster. He knows what he needs to win. So I'm going to trust in him that, if we're not a great shooting team, then we'll be a great rebounding team and putback team or whatever. But I think we may shoot the ball this coming year better than a lot of people think. That's my feelings on that. Also had a change in the coaching staff. Clay Moser has left the program. He's, I guess, retired for now. And he's been replaced by Anthony Reuter, who's been on staff with Muss for these 3 years. But he gets an upgrade to a full-time assistant, and I congratulate Reuter on that. So, folks, like I said, it's been a very interesting time. I don't think I've ever seen a time where Razorback Athletics were in this good a shape. I mean, maybe back in the 70s when Lou Holtz and those guys was here, and Eddie Sutton and those guys were here, Norm DeBryan was here, we may have had it. But this is just outstanding. You got to give credit once again to Hunter Yurchek for the job he did as far as, bringing in the right people for these jobs. I mean, Muss and Sam Pittman, 2 home run hires right now. I got to tell you, I'm a happy man with the Razorback program right now. And I only see it getting better as these coaches establish themselves and start to recruit on a championship level. And that goes for football and basketball. Of course, the baseball program is already on a national championship level. Have Dave Van Horn won one yet? No. But I think sooner or later, if you keep knocking on the door, sooner or later you're going to get in. I think he's going to get him one here sooner or later before he leaves here. Anyway, folks, again, I started this video off with thank you for coming to the channel. But if I'm going to keep this going, and things are going to get a lot better when the seasons are actually in, and we're talking about specific games and stuff. But as of right now, I need your help. I need you, when you come to the channel, to subscribe to the channel. That's what I've got to get up. Got to get the subscribers if I'm going to keep this thing going. Go to the Forest City Joe page, Facebook. And if you can't do it here, subscribe here. Go to the Forest City Joe's show Facebook page and subscribe through there. And anyway, I just want to thank you guys and let you know I appreciate your support. And if you can, let's keep this channel going. Forest City Joe, out.